that the Angels were going to nab Cole just because he is a SoCal boy, and it would have made a ton of sense. And the Angels were willing to throw the money at him. It's just Brian Cashman's got bigger pockets at the end of the day.
I mean, Artie's got some pretty deep pockets, but man, like that became Yankee money. Just 3.25. Just I went to high school with Garrett.
Yeah.
So I've known him for a long time.
Did you play in high school?
No, I stunk. I was a broadcaster from the time I was like a sophomore.
I was gonna say, like, it's probably a very competitive team when you get to show up at tryouts and you got Garrett Cole as the ace of that staff.
So Garrett Cole is the ace of that staff. There's another guy, I don't know if you know the name, Brandon Maurer. He pitched a little bit with Seattle, just had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. Chad Wallach, the Marlins catcher, who's son of Tim Wallach. Chad was there as a freshman, and then he ended up going to Jay Serra. But that freshman year, I mean, it was Garrett Cole pitching to Chad Wallach. That was just insane. So, Jack, if you'll allow me just for a moment, what you are doing on this podcast, I think this is so good. And understanding things at a deeper level and the time you spend and the guests that you get. I am a huge fan of your show. I love it. The people that you've had on are awesome. So, and you really do ask great questions. Jack, you have a very, very bright career ahead of you. I know that. I
really appreciate that, man. I mean, me personally, I think I have a long road to go, only being a young kid. But yeah, like you said, like it's about experiences, like I wouldn't be in the situation I am today. I wouldn't be as motivated as I am today without certain experiences, life experiences, not just, in, sports casting or what I want to do, which is, I'm very grateful for everything. Like there have been some, hard times that have molded me into who I am today, like building up that passion and that potential to ask questions like this. Because again, the last question I asked you, I find to be one of the more important questions in life, because without that balance, without, checking whether it's your ego or, like your work at the door, like you're not going to be a very fulfilled, happy person at the end of the day. And again, like a lot of people think you should never be satisfied. I'm one of those kids that thinks that you can be satisfied at the end of the day, but continue to strive for more, like you're allowed to be proud of the work that you put in.
Jack, to have that kind of perspective at 22, you know what I would have killed to understand things at that level at 22 years old? I mean, I barely get it now. I mean, it takes a lot to really think of that. I love my family. I love my wife. I love my house. I love my dogs. And I love baseball. And if I can make it all work, then I want to do it. And it's understanding everything that comes into this. I think a lot of people get really tunnel vision on, okay, this is the job, and this is my next step, and then I'm going to do this. Life doesn't work like that.
Right.